Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. It's now time for the featured bout of the evening. From the four corners of the world to the four corners of this ring, the fight starts now!
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special. And there's no hype. I'm telling you, it's special.
No respect to this guy. Let's go.
Now he's got that fire on his side. You better believe it now. That was something special.
Canelo gets the win.
20 round quality victory. And it is over! Her professional record, a perfect one.
Remember, got to the body.
Great finish from a great finisher.
It was Lamb versus Lion.
And still the undisputed champion of the world.
And we are coming to you live from Midtown Manhattan. This is Matchroom Boxing presents the official conference for Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos. And we're going to welcome you in here at the Hulu Theater. I am your host, Karan Bhatia, joined by heavyweight contender Dempsey McKean. Dempsey, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, and I'm excited to be here.
Teofimo Lopez is from Brooklyn, New York. He had a short subway ride here. George Kambosos, not so much. It's about 9,000 miles away, a little more than that. You've made that plane ride before. What is that like?
I have made that plane ride before, and it's probably about close to 24 hours too, so it is a bit miserable, but hey, it's got to be done.
But the important thing is both fighters are here. We're going to hear from them, and there's a lot of storylines in this fight. We know that tensions boiled over yesterday at the media workout, family members getting into a scuffle. So let me ask you this, Dempsey. There's obviously a lot of bad blood. Is that a good thing? Does that motivate fighters, or can that be a little bit of a distraction?
I think it can be a bit of both, but I think in George Kambosos, it's going to work in his favor too. He loves this. He loves getting under the skin of his opponents, getting that rivalry, causing that bad blood. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to work in his favor.
And we do have a full card here. We're going to be hearing from many fighters. One of those is the co-main event. That is Azinga Fuzeli versus Kenichi Ogawa. This is a fight about opportunities, right? It doesn't matter what happened in the past. They have their title opportunity now. And when you have that, you have to seize it.
Definitely, you got to rise to the occasion. Both fighters have gone through dramas in the past there, but the time is now, and this is all that matters. So I think both guys need to seize that opportunity and showcase their skills and come the win.
Absolutely. And we're getting started here at the conference. We're going to throw it up. Joel Fisher, the EVP of Madison Garden, Joe Markowski, EVP of the Zone, and of course Eddie Hearn, Chairman of Matchroom.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us here at the fantastic Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing. And when I left Heathrow this morning, they told me my flight was cancelled. I have to be honest, it didn't matter what time we were going to start the press conference. I was not going to miss it, because there's something very, very special about Fight Week at Madison Square Garden. It's been probably 2 years since I've been in New York. This place still gives me shivers from the Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz fight. I know that went down long in the history, and Devin Haney last time, but this time a very special fight night. Teofimo Lopez, of course, Vasily Lomachenko recently takes on George Kambosos, Dazn, all around the world. We've got a number of press conferences for you here today to talk to the undercard and, of course, talk to the main event and probably the parents as well, ahead of what is an incredible run coming up on Dazn. Firstly, I want to talk to Joel Fisher from Madison Square Garden. Joel, good to be back, my friend. You haven't aged, which is a good thing. It's been a couple of years. Boxing now back in full flow at the Garden.
We are thrilled that boxing is back and that fans are back and that you're back and Joe's back. It's been a while, and it's going to be an incredible night, Saturday night, for the World Lightweight Championship. I mean, it'll be a sold-out crowd. We are thrilled that everybody's here. We thank everybody that came today. We can't wait. So we're thrilled that you are back. We're glad that you made your fight. We love working with you, with Sean, with Frank, Joe, and all you guys. You couldn't be better. So we're just really happy that we've got fans back in the building and a sold out in the Hulu Theater.
Talk about business pandemic, because I think it's important to note about the struggle of that period for you guys. You know, a venue, the mecca of boxing that just lives and breathes off a live crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough for a while for a lot of different businesses. Obviously, we were shut down because of the pandemic, but we fought through it. We prepared for when we would open up. We have incredible management and ownership that really supported all of our workers. So we made it through, and now to see the fans back, we've got great teams in the Rangers and Knicks, so that's exciting. We've got great events like this one coming up on Saturday night. So it is really great that we've all fought through this pandemic and we're able to have people here again. Nothing better.
And also refreshing to see the interest back from fans. Zapita recently, a good fight night here. Of course, Teofimo at the weekend. Vasily Lomachenko coming up in a couple of weeks. We're already talking about Michael Conlon against Lee Wood on Paddy's Day. Katie Taylor against Amanda Serrano.
Right.
Being very aggressive in the boxing space.
No question about it, and we want to continue to be aggressive in the boxing space. We love it. I truly appreciate the words you started with, being back in Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing. We continue to be that, and we continue to strive to be that. So, you know, we couldn't be any happier. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Sal Federico, who you guys know real well, who works closely with me. Sal is an incredible help. A lot of you guys out here know Sal. So he's just been a great member and partner with me in making all this boxing happen. So thank you, Sal, wherever you are.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sal, down there. And thank you, Joel. Great to be back here at Madison Square Garden. Joe Markowski, our friend from Dazn EVP, welcome. And what a run coming up. I mean, we'll talk a little bit about the schedule coming up. But firstly, this fight this Saturday, quite unique in a sense that neither fighter with Dazn, neither fighter with Matchroom. Obviously, we had a purse bid scenario which played out for a number of months, but really excited to bring this fight to Dazn this Saturday, and a huge amount of buzz as we start a tremendous run to close the year.
Absolutely. It's a tremendous run on both sides of the Atlantic. Obviously, an ocean you've crossed, albeit with a delay today. Look, this fight, I think, reflects what we want our strategy to be. We want to put on the fights that fans want to see week in, week out, doing that for the rest of this year. We stayed with this one. Obviously, it played out over a number of months. The first offer we made was in February, Canelo Yildirim fight, and it's obviously happening in late. So look, we are about what's coming up. To Joel's point, the world of sport has come through a really, really challenging 18 months, and to be on the front foot as we end the year and as we plan out 2022, as you and I are starting to do now, I'm just really proud of where we've got to through that period, and to be on the growth spurt again in boxing and more broadly as a group gives me tremendous pride. So a big few weeks coming up and a big 2022 coming up too.
Yeah, it's a tremendous close to the year, isn't it? I mean, I know it's my job to promote and to push the schedule, but really, as I said in an interview just there, unrivaled value for money across. Jaime Munguia against Rosado, tremendous fight. Big card with Demetrius Andrade last week. Teofimo against George Kambosos this week. Devin Haney against Jojo Diaz next week. Conor Benn against Algerian Katie Taylor. Chisora Parker. We've got big shows in Bilbao and Uzbekistan to be announced this week. From a global standpoint as well, this is how the schedule should look moving forward, and it's something that we're all working hard for.
Exactly, and we're not even stopping for Thanksgiving. So we are really, really keen to pad out that schedule. I was looking at the numbers this year. I think we did 45 shows globally this year as a global business, and I think the value that our global businesses, our domestic US business here is starting to offer to fight fans, something we're noticing, but more importantly, reflected in the engagement and growth of our subscription base. We've got a really successful business now in the US. We've got a growing business over in the UK, which you know about more than anyone. So yeah, to be as active as we are, and to be back at, as you said, at MSG, a place we've had some great nights and some tough nights from a boxing perspective, it is great, and we're looking to close out the year in an aggressive way.
And just finally as well, I know that we had a good start and huge support from UK fight fans as well, but the US, which has always been a topic of Dazon's involvement, Matchroom's involvement, and of course Golden Boys as well. I feel personally, the response we had, just talking at the plant, Canelo as well, they're in love with his platform, with the value for money, the content of fight nights. It's something very unique.
I think they are, and the numbers, which not to bore everyone, are starting to reflect that. We are covering the whole sport. We are not ignoring fights that are off our platform. We're seeking fights to bring them to our platform, like we have done with this fight week. But more importantly, we're covering the whole thing. And I think that is appreciated by fight fans. Too often, I think broadcasters and promoters try and ignore what's going on elsewhere in the sport. Credit to you. Not that you need too much smoke blown your way, but you do it as a promoter. We do it as a broadcaster. It's integral to what we are trying to do as a business. We want to cover the whole piece. But this weekend, it's about Dazn. It's Thanksgiving Saturday, and we're very excited to be carrying this fight live and exclusive on Dazn all around the world.
Thank you, Joel. Absolutely. And the key to a successful business and sport is great partners. We have two tremendous partners here in Dazn and Madison Square Garden. We're going to break now. No head-to-head for these guys, but we're going to hear from the undercard in just a few minutes.
Hey, Eddie, can I say one thing?
Sure.
I'd just like to wish everybody here a great, happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a time for your families. So we appreciate you all being here. And extra special is the fact that people, as part of the promotion, Teofimo, George, and Sean Palmer just had new additions to their family. So I think we should congratulate all three of those guys. It's just a great time, Thanksgiving, for that.
Thank you, Joe. And to Sean Palmer, of course, our legal counsel and head of operations globally. He's just had a baby, and no days off. No days off for him. So just to go on that. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Days off, indeed. And Eddie Hearn said it there, shivers. That's what he feels when he talks about Madison Square Garden, and it certainly is the mecca of boxing, a tremendous venue. Some of the greatest fights of all time have happened here. So you're a fighter on the way up. What would it mean for you to fight here in Madison Square Garden, and what do you think it means to some of the fighters on this card?
For me personally, it would mean everything, you know. To fight in Madison Square Gardens, New York City, it would mean everything, you know. And I can probably vouch for a majority, and if not all of the fighters here as well, that it's probably going to mean everything to them as well. So it's a big opportunity for them, and I think they're all going to come out here and showcase their skills in a major way.
And one of those fighters is in the main event. It's George Kambosos. He's coming all the way from Australia. We saw him fighting last week, getting a knockout win. So it seems like and boxing is kind of having a moment right now. Who are you excited about in Australia?
Obviously, George Kambosos is leading the way as well, you know, so he's fighting for the world titles coming up. Myself as well, Brock Jarvis is signed by Matchroom Boxing too. Sky Nicholson, she's also just signed with Matchroom. Liam Parra, stablemate of mine, rated #2 in the super lightweight division. Big fight coming up in Vegas in the next couple of weeks. So many good up-and-coming Australian boxers coming through the ranks at the moment, so I'm very excited for myself and my fellow countrymen.
And let me ask you this. It is a long journey, right? You said it takes about 24 hours to fly here. So when you do have to come to America as a challenger from Australia, does that travel play a factor? Is there jet lag? Do you need to get here early to get accustomed to the schedule here? What is that like for a fighter?
Definitely. I think if you don't take into consideration the jet lag, then you're going to run into some issues. You know, I come over here about a week and a half prior to my fight to climatise, get used to everything, the time zone, the whole lot. I flew over from London, you know, even though it's only about 9 hours difference. Still a lot of factors to take into consideration. So, you know, I acclimatised quite well. You know, I gave myself plenty of time to settle in, and I've you know, performed well on fight. So that's the main thing.
And George Kambosos did get here early in the week. He's participating in all events. We're going to hear from him. And in terms of coming here from Australia, there was many times where this main event, we wanted it to happen and it was pushed back. Originally supposed to be in June, then October, now November. How do you think that's going to have an effect on both men? The fact that they've been training for a fight that didn't happen and then they have to continue training. Is there anything to say overtraining could happen?
Yeah, definitely. I think you can overtrain as long as you peak. You know, that's what they got the coaches and the specific coaches there for, you know, to obviously taper off a little bit, then peak correctly on fight night. But I know George personally, he's a hell of a competitor, hell of a fighter, and he's been training hard, and I'm pretty sure he just trains hard all year round as well. I don't think he tapers off at all. So he's coming in hungry. He's ready for this fight, so I'm really looking forward to it.
And we're going to hear from Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos soon. But before that, we're going to talk to some of our fighters on the undercard. Let's throw it back up to Eddie Hearn.
Thanks, guys. Welcome back. 3 press conferences to go. Of course, thank you to Joel Fisher and Joe Markowski as well. We're talking to a number of the members of the undercard on Saturday night for the huge card. Teofimo Lopez against George Kambosos here at Madison Square Garden, live on Dazn all around the world. And where to start? We'll start with the heavyweights. Dazn welcome back, Zilla. Great to see you. It's a huge shock last time. It was a tremendous fight on the Canelo Alvarez card, but a scary moment and back to make a statement as a huge 2022.
上次打得很精彩，大家都很激烈哈，希望你在2022年好好准备，给大家一个精彩的表现，能不能说两句？
上一次比赛结束之后，然后我们整个团队然后做了认真的总结，希望2022年，我们能够打一场世界的硬仗，这一场比赛，我们之前也做了充分的准备，从6月份，然后现在，一直在非常努力的训练，我们是个优秀的团队，现在再次感谢我的团队，也感谢我的赞助商，这次比赛在麦迪逊花园广场，也算是我的主场，因为我的很多朋友，都在纽约，他们向我购买了5万美金的门票，到时间会有一个很大的加油团队。
Lesson learned from last fight was exciting, but we learned our lesson. I'm really looking to fighting top names, tough guys in 2022, but I focus on this fight. And I sold a lot of tickets, I would say 50K, to fighting Madison Square Garden. Family, friends, Chinatown, Tri-State, they're coming here to support me. And everybody will see a huge Chinese wave at Madison Square Garden Saturday night.
We'll look forward to that, and obviously a test for you on Saturday night. I know where you are ranked across the governing bodies in the world, a big name in the early 2022 if you get past Saturday night.
周六是一个挑战，如果周六能够顺利，那你现在的排名应该是能够很好的挑战世界的头衔的。
那就让艾迪·赫恩来给我安排这一场比赛之后，让艾迪·赫恩给我安排下一场比赛，希望是一场世界大战。
Let's see, Eddie. It's in your hand, and hopefully some big names come up.
Let's do it. Let's do it in China as well. We switch to the other end. Ramla Ali, welcome, Ramla. Experience at the Olympics. I know didn't quite go your way there, but still to go and compete in Tokyo, incredible, and just part of this new female sensation of people looking to compete across the Olympics and the pro ranks. You're back in the pro ranks now. You had the pleasure of fighting in Las Vegas. Now you're fighting at Madison Square Garden. It's going pretty well. It's a great place to be.
It's going very well. In under 5 fights, I got to compete in 2 of the meccas of boxing, Vegas. And now Madison Square Garden, which is like a dream come true. It's honestly like a pinch me moment. So I'm like really glad to be here, and I'm excited to be competing Saturday. I took a bit of time out after the Olympics to just focus on myself, mentally, and physically as well. After that, everything into training. I gave that extra bit more in every session, and it will definitely come to fruition. I actually love that word, fruition, on Saturday.
You are getting incredible experience fighting all around the world as well, and 2022 set to be a big year for you as well, probably moving up the rounds as well. Definitely. And starting to move into title contention. There's only so many fights you can have in the female code really before you have no choice but to step into those championship nights.
100%. I'm really excited to be doing more rounds, banking more rounds and getting that valuable experience in doing the longer rounds. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case this time, because of circumstances outside of my control. But I'm, so excited to be competing on Saturday, take a bit of time off, and then looking to just smash 2022, 2022, and fight for titles. Doesn't matter what kind of titles, fight. Good girl, and just prove that I deserve to be there and prove that I am one of the best in the world.
Look forward to seeing you back in action on Saturday. Christina Cruz, welcome. Fight number 2 for you. Huge amateur record as well. Well over 100 fights as well. Over 200 fights, sorry. And now moving into the pro ranks. Obviously, fight number 2 coming up as a pro. But what a time for female boxing. I mean, I keep saying it at every press conference. You talk about Michaela Meyer against Hamadou, Chantel Cameron against Mary McGee, Alicia Baumgardner, incredible a couple of weeks ago. Last week, Kaylee Reese against Kamara, another fight of the year contender. Women's boxing right now, just on fire.
Definitely. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for having me on this card. I am from this neighborhood. I grew up in Hell's Kitchen, just blocks away. So to be able to fight here on such a big card representing women's boxing, it means a lot to me.
Same question to Ramla as well. We talk about the depth of divisions, and after 3, 4, 5 fights, you really have no choice but to move forward to those championship rounds. But of course, with your amateur pedigree as well, I guess that's the speed you want to move at.
Definitely. I have a long history in amateur boxing. I have well over 200 fights, and I think even my third or fourth fight, I'm just ready to go in with the top girls.
I look forward to seeing you in action on Saturday.
Thank you.
Two of our young guns who Matchroom Boxing USA at its inception, and of course the zone will start with Reshat Albanian Bear. You've been boxing all around the world as well. We've brought you to London. You boxed in Italy recently as well. But this place, this is your bread and butter, right? Huge support coming for you on Saturday night at Madison Square Garden. I remember when you boxed at the theatre previously. Your first title on Saturday. Things are getting serious now.
Absolutely. First, obviously I want to thank you. I want to thank Matchroom and the Zone. It's a different experience when I'm fighting home. Definitely when it comes in. I think brought me some tickets to go and sell, and I ran all those tickets in within a couple months, so I definitely have maybe 500-600 people coming to watch. It's going to be a different experience coming home and winning your first title.
Yeah, you move to those title fights now. It's exciting, isn't it? But the game changes. You've been going around the world knocking over guys. Some of those guys have been easy nights as you start your pro journey, and you're entitled to them as well. But now it gets serious. But this is the moment where it becomes really exciting, and we get to see how good Reshat Mati is going to be.
Of course, once they told me that it was going to be for a title, and it just gave me a little spark, and it just gave me way more energy than I had. So the camp has been on fire. I just can't wait to get in there and show my dominance.
Well, look forward to seeing you in front of a great atmosphere and your fans on Saturday. Raymond Ford, this young man, I really feel that you are a superstar in the making, my friend. A lot of people talking about you. Devin Haney said to me the other day, that Ray Ford, he can fight. He's a star. You picked up your first title at Fight Camp over in the UK. You've been boxing all around the world well, but things are getting serious now. You've got a tough test against Caraballo on Saturday night. Keep calling out these bigger names. You seem to be wanting to move a lot quicker than you probably should be, but you're in a great place right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely in a great place right now, and I definitely want to keep getting better competition. And I feel like I can fight these top guys in my division because I got the skills. As everybody say, I got the talent and everything. As long as I'm in shape and I'm focused, I can beat anybody.
Well, you are top 15 in the world now, obviously with the WBA. You look at those champions out right now. You saw a tremendous shock the other week with Kiko Martinez beating Kid Galahad. Obviously, Josh Warrington got beat in a good fight with Maurizio Lara. You got Santa Cruz. You got Gary Russell, hasn't boxed for about 17 years. You got all these people that really you keep calling out. I mean, I wouldn't be afraid to put you in with a Kiko Martinez right now for the world title. I know you got business to take care of on Saturday, but this is on the horizon.
I destroy Kiko. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I destroy him. But yeah, after I take care of Caraballo, you can put me in there with whoever. I'm ready. I want a title in 2022.
Look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Focus on Saturday first.
Thank you.
I know you will. Thanks to everyone up here. We're going to pass back over to you guys before we go to our co-main event, the IBF Super Featherweight Championship.
And before Eddie and you guys get up, we have someone from Press Row made their way through security. They have a question here for you guys. Teofimo, go ahead.
Yeah, I got one question for everybody. I don't know if it's... Oh, you guys can hear me? All right. I have one question for you guys all up there. What is it, outside of trying to get the win, because we all are focused on winning this Saturday, what is it that you guys want the people and the fans and the boxing fans to see, and why you guys are world championship material, and why you guys are on the verge of becoming that? What is it that you guys are going to display in that ring come Saturday night?
Love it. Right, we're going to go from Ramla all the way down. You got one sentence
Why
to
me
answer that. Let's
first?
go. Come on, the champ wants to know.
I want to sound intelligent. I don't feel like I'm going to sound intelligent now. What I want people to see on Saturday is, just like what I said earlier, all my hard work on display in the ring, and that in itself will show that I'm world champion material.
That's going to sound way better than how I did. Yeah, I'm just looking to be more dominant, in the last previous fights, and just building my legacy.
For myself, everyone I am in the amateurs, and I want to to make a statement in the pros now and show everyone my skill. I think I'm a very skillful fighter, and I want to be able to display that.
Well, I really want to dominate this guy because Shakur Stevenson fought him. He like a big brother to me. Robeisy Ramirez fought him, and I just want to show that I can do my job a little faster with him.
Zile?
周六的期待就是为大家奉献一场非常非常精彩的比赛，然后祝大家感恩节快乐。
I just want to deliver an exciting fight. I wish everybody happy Thanksgiving.
Well done, Zile. Is that all right, champ? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
I think there's a future there for Teofimo Lopez post-career boxing reporter and journalist. We got some great answers there. So we just heard from some members of the undercard, some great fighters. One fighter in particular, Zheli Zhang. He's a 6'6" southpaw, a heavyweight. I actually know another 6'6" southpaw heavyweight. That's Dempsey McKean. Is that a future matchup? Is that possible?
It's 6'6" southpaw that matters, mate. So yeah, definitely. Zilili's also signed with Matchroom now too, so that is a potential opponent in the future. You know, we're both world rated. I'm number 11 in the world. I think he might be just behind me or just ahead of me as well. So yeah, that is a potential fight and one that I would welcome.
It's a small flex that he might be behind you. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he is. So yeah.
Another fighter is Rashad Mati, the Albanian Bear. Now, there's been a lot made about Rashad. We've seen him for a long time. That's a clash between your style, right? You took your first boxing match on a few days' notice, and you only been boxing for 7 years, right? So, what is the differences there? What is the advantage? Because there's a lot of expectations when people have known your name for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think it's a big advantage for me. I'm straight into the professional ranks, you know, so I didn't have to develop an amateur style and then transition over. You know, I pretty much trained as a professional boxer. You know, there's the two different styles there between the amateurs and the pros. So, you know, but, you know, I'm learning every fight and I'm still quite green to the game and 7 years of boxing and I took a pro boxing fight on a day's notice. So, you know, so you just got to make the most of it, you know, train hard and keep those ranks and get your name out there as quick as possible. And that is by winning good fights in good fashion.
And speaking of climbing those ranks, a great Chiefs co-main event, that is Azinga Fuzeli versus Kenichi Ogawa, and we're going to hear from both men now. Let's throw it back to Eddie Hearn.
Thanks, guys. Well, before we go to the main event, which I know everybody is talking about, I want to talk about this tremendous fight up here, the co-main event on Saturday night, the IBF Super Featherweight Championship of the World against Azinga Fuzeli against Ogawa. It's South Africa against Japan. It's the vacant championship in a red-hot division right now. Shakur Stevenson, tremendous fighter. You saw him lift the World Championship recently. Oscar Valdez, another tremendous fighter as well. And these guys have a massive chance in their career to become world champion on Saturday. I'll start with you, Fuzeli. Azinga, welcome, welcome. You broke our hearts last time. You knocked out my good friend Martin Ward in the final eliminator. That was a massive fight for your career. This is even bigger. The chance for you to become world champion on Saturday night.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, new IP. Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna do the same again. You know, I'm gonna beat this guy. You know, I once said to Martin Ward, and he didn't believe that until I prove it. So on Saturday, I'm gonna do that again, and I'm gonna win this fight, and I'm definitely sure about that. You know, I'm a substitute in a way. You know, he's been training while I was fighting Martin Ward. He was training for Rakimov, you know, and I think he's super fit, you know, he's super ready for the fight. Also myself, I think I'm ready for the fight, you know. I'm not, I won't underestimate him, you know, and he's a good boxer, you know, but I will show him who's the best on Saturday.
He's very tough. You think you can force a stoppage? Again, like the Martin Ward fight, you're punching very hard at the moment. You believe you win this fight by knockout?
We'll see how he takes punches, you know. He's tough. They say he's tough. I don't know that. I never fought him before. So I just saw his fights, you know. He just fought the ordinary boxers, you know. And I think Tevin Farmer gave him a lot of respect. He should have beaten him, and I think he's struggling with the southpaws, But I'm not like the other southpaws. I'm different, but we'll see on Saturday.
And finally, for yourself, I know, but for South Africa as well, this is a big fight, a chance to become a world champion. South Africa doesn't have many boxing world champions. We know they have a history. Baby Jake Malala, one of my favourite fighters of all time, but this is a massive moment for you, your country, and just a life-changing moment to be amongst Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez and all these great champions. This is going to open so many doors for you.
Yeah, and in South Africa now we don't have world title, like credible world title. So I think it will be the first one, this one. The first one. I'll be the one who brings them home in South Africa. This is big for me, I have to achieve this goal, so that's it.
Thank you. Azinga Kenichi Agawa, welcome. With your translator as well. This is a tremendous fight, such a big opportunity for you. We talk about Shakur and Oscar Valdez. This is for a piece of that division, a piece of those championship to open up huge fights for your career.
大きなチャンスでスティーブンソンや、バルデスがいる階級ですけれども、どう思いますか？
まずはタイトルを取ってからですね。やっぱこのタイトルというのはすごい、僕にとっても全ての人にとっても応援してくれている人たちにとっても全てが重要なので、取って、統一戦やりたいです。はい。
First and foremost, I have to get the title. It means everything to me. Of course, my people that are supporting us for, and then once the belt, we can talk about it and think about unification.
Obviously, this fight means a lot to you two individually, but this is South Africa against Japan in America, in Madison Square Garden. A huge moment for Japanese boxing as well. We've seen some great world champions, but this would be a major moment for your country as well.
今回、南アフリカ対日本、またアメリカのマディソンスクエアガーデンとやることですけれども、日本に対してこれはどれだけ大きなことだと思いますか？
どうだ、日本に対してっていうのは別に特に意識してなくて、やっぱりこうして試合を組んでくれたことにとても感謝してますし、どうだろうな、いやもう自分自身が興奮していますね。
It's not means to Japan, but from myself, I'm really excited about this fight, and I'm looking on to putting a good fight.
Well, thank you very much, Azinga Kenichi. Massive opportunity for both guys. The vacant IBF Super Featherweight Championship of the world. As I said, South Africa against Japan here at Madison Square Garden, live on Dazn all around the world this Saturday night. We're going to have a quick head-to-head up here, and then we're going to move on to the main event press conference.
A massive opportunity there for both men who have dealt with adversity in their career, and this is their chance to prove themselves on a big stage. And speaking of big stages, next up we're going to be hearing from our main event fighters. Of course, Teofimo Lopez, the lightweight champion, is taking on George Kambosos, the challenger. We know yesterday things erupted, chaos happened at the media workout. We'll see what happens when we hear from both fighters today. So Dempsey, let me ask you this. We know that Teofimo has been known for the power, knocking people out with the right hand, but in his last fight against Lomachenko, especially early on, he was boxing, he was moving. You've watched a lot of tape on George Kambosos. How do you see this main event playing out stylistically?
I think exactly that. Styles make fights. George Kambosos has all the tools to make this a good fight. The win too. I think if he can use his punching, use his footwork in and out, land the shots, get out. I think he's going to come away with the decision win. So I really do.
And you actually ran into George Kambosos in the hotel lobby, right? What was your conversation with George Kambosos?
So we just caught up a little bit. He just congratulated me on my win last week. And he just said the same thing. You know, there's a lot of, at the media workout, there's a lot of bad blood there, a lot of tension, but he loves it. You know, that's what I said. He thrives off this kind of environment. So I'm expecting fireworks, and this is all just fuel for the fire for him.
And when we get to these big fights, we're always speculating what's going on in each fighter's head. We know that Kambosos has that Sparta background, right? Never retreat, never surrender. He has it tattooed on himself. How much does he embody that phrase?
He does, and I think if you know him personally, if you see enough on him, he lives and breathes this. You know, this is him to a T. He's not put in front or anything. This is George, the Spartan blood, the Greek background, and you know the old Aussie there in well, so I'm really looking forward to it, and he's going to show skills, and he's going to do the whole of Australia proud.
And Teofimo Lopez on the other side of the coin. He's had so much success at such a young age, dethroned Vasily Lomachenko. He's only 24 years old, the unified lightweight champion. And when you're that young and you're that good, you're going to be thinking about future matchups. And we've heard the name Devin Haney before, right? We've heard a unification fight, and we've heard maybe moving up to fight Josh Taylor. We've heard all these things. Is it important to just stay focused on the opponent right in front of you?
100%. You cannot overlook any fighter, you know, especially someone who's young and hungry coming up through the ranks as George, you know. So obviously, you know, he's looking at Devin Haney, Josh Taylor, as you said. So I just really hope he's not overlooking George Kambosos because he's coming to fight. So.
Well, he certainly seemed relaxed when he was here with us asking a question. We're going to get things underway for the main event. It's Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos.
Champions are when nobody is watching. The spotlight burns, the noise deafens, and uncertainty creeps in. In here, the champion controls his destiny. In here, the challenger shapes his legacy. In the silence of sacrifice, they drink the pain to taste the glory. These streets will remember their names. As the soldiers of the sweet science march, where there's a will, there's a war.
Well, here we go. As I just turned to Tim, said, finally, after months, it feels like years of waiting, we are ready to go on Saturday night here at Madison Square Garden, live on Dazn all around the world. Of course, the WBO, the WBA, the WBC franchise, the Ring Magazine, the IBF, all of these belts on the line on Saturday night for a tremendous fight that we've waited so long for. Delighted to be the champion up here, his father, the trainer as well, Teofimo Senior, George Kambosos, and Javier, welcome as well. George, I'm going to start with you. This has been an unbelievable process, an unbelievable journey, back, forwards. We hoped, we prayed we would get this fight. We've got it. You're just a couple of days away now for your chance at history, your chance at legacy, and doesn't get any bigger than this.
Yeah, look, it has been a very long road, but I've stayed very focused, kept my tunnel vision unbelievable, and I feel I'm unbreakable right now. And it's an absolute pleasure to have this fight on your promotion and Dazn. So we are ready. We're ready for war. We have been ready for a long time. I've been ready since June. I mean, I was there. I've been patient. I've been there every single day, ready to fight. He hasn't.
Obviously, we saw yesterday some fun and games. You seem to remain calm here right now. Being outspoken previously and on social media as well, but enjoying the moment, enjoying the intensity of this fight. Obviously, there's, I don't know whether I want to call it bad blood, but a lot of words exchanged previously. But you saw that yesterday as well. But trying to remove yourself from that, or you soaking it all up as well?
Well, look, I'm just here for business. And this ain't personal for me. Personal for him, for whatever delusion he has. But I'm here for business. That's why I'm dressed like I feel great. I'm cool, calm, collected. I'm ready for a war. I'm ready to take everything he's got in New York City.
He said numerous times that he believes he ends this fight in the first round. And you know, the conversations that I've had with him kind of believe that he believes that as well. I mean, talk about delusion. Do you see that as a delusion as well? He's dangerous. You know, you saw it in the Comey fight. Previously, many knockouts on that record as well. This is going to be a firefight as well, though, at the same time. You're going to have to dig deeper than you've ever dug before in this fight to come out on top. But also, another question is, do you feel that potentially he's overlooking you, talking about a lot of these other fights, whether it's Devin, whether it's Tank, all these other guys as well? You seem to be fired up for this. Do you believe deep down he wants this as bad as you do?
No, he does not want this as bad as I want it. I mean, so whatever prediction he's making, no problem. 1 round, no problem. But we are fully focused and we are ready for 12 rounds. That is a testament to the fighter I am and a testament to the hard work that I have put in. Let's see that first round when it ain't over, standing there. Because being in the bright lights and enjoying his time and having fun and lapping it up, no problem. You're the big celebrity. You're in the bright lights. I've been in the dark, in the trenches, in the gym, the hard work, the blood, sweat and tears. I'm hungry. He says he's hungry, he's lying. I am hungry. So we are ready. We're ready for war and I'm excited. I'm so happy that it's on.
Back with you shortly, George, and Javier as well. And before I go to Teofimo, Champ, you seem to be honest when you say you believe 1 round. I mean, I know anything can happen in boxing, but you still believe you finished this fight early on Saturday. It's been a long, long time coming. We kind of want some value for our money and some rounds as well, but you come into this with bad intentions against George Kambosos on Saturday.
No, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for coming out here, and I want to thank God and foremost, man. We wouldn't be here without him. Matchroom Boxing, thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Dazn. I'm very appreciative of everything. I'll say it like this, yeah, of course, man. No one believed me when we said we're going to beat Lomachenko, and I guess nobody wants to believe me now. So it's all about reminding everybody it's a takeover, you know. He's a businessman. He's a businessman. It's cool with me. What Mike Tyson once said, man, I'm a killer. These guys are businessmen. It's a difference. So the thing is, you got to have that mentality. Why we have the greats. We out here to kill. We ain't here to be business. Only business there is out here, but when we in that ring, there ain't no business there. So
just like you were here to kill
I let you talk. Shut the fuck up.
Just like you were ready to kill
anyway, so I say it like this. Sit down, be humble. I'm gonna be like this. All right? Shut the fuck up. And look, man, I am who I am.
This is your champion,
and I'm the champion.
This is your champion.
I am the champion. I'm the people's champion.
You're gonna lose them all on
So
Saturday.
at the end of the day, look, I stay focused at what I gotta do. These earned was never given to me, and for someone that has been bullied since a kid for being a fat kid, you for being the way you are, bro. With you, man. You don't the way you are. You haven't even made it, and you acting like your shit don't stink.
Well,
and I'm gonna say it like this, though.
I talk from the
Like
heart.
this. I look forward to November 27th. I look forward to putting on the shows for everybody, and I look forward to just coming back, man. Coming back on top again, man. I've been over here just observing everything, seeing what everybody's been talking about, what they feel about me, what they want to see about me. So it's like, all right, cool. I got this because it's me, the takeover. At the end of the day, we could say a lot. His coach, my coach, we could do whatever we want. But at the end of the day, when that bell rings, it's just me and George Kambosos Jr. And at the end of the day, man, this is MSG. This is my home.
6 fights, 6 knockouts.
And I'm looking forward to just putting on a show for everybody. So I thank everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And God bless you all. Stay focused on y'all, and I look forward to retaining and defending my unified undisputed titles.
We'll come back to you in a bit, as well, before I speak to you. But one question I have, you talk about the hunger for this fight. He talks about his hunger. He doesn't believe you're as hungry in this fight. You beat Vasily Lomachenko, you know, talks of Haney and Tank and all these people. How hungry are you right now to defend this? Do you think you are as hungry as it on my left?
He could be hungry, but between hungry and starving, you know? My stomach over here flat and shit,
yeah, I
you know?
can see that.
Thanksgiving's tomorrow, I can't even eat that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, he could be hungry all he want. But I go out there and I'm starving, man. People have been, I'm in a cage that they put me in, and they were poking sticks at me, you know what I'm saying? I'm a lion that goes in there, and I'm just ready to tear this guy up. I just want to let him know, man. I let everybody realize and know. You don't, this didn't come overnight, and we didn't change overnight. We are who we are. We keep it real to the thorough, you know what I'm saying? We do what we do to let everybody know this is the takeover. I'm my own boss. You got to sit down and take it from somebody else. I don't, because I work my ass off to get to where I'm at. And I'm continue staying that way because I walk with faith, not by sight. God is my protector. God is the one that's going to bring me to this victory come Saturday night.
Javier, welcome. A massive fight for you, a massive fight for George as well. A tremendous as well between two brilliant weights as well. But your man... It's a big step up for him. It's a huge step onto the big stage as well, but ready for the ultimate moment. on Saturday night?
Absolutely. This is a long time coming. As you mentioned, George, doesn't lack confidence at all. He's trained hard. Even after the postponement, I mean, the day he found out the fight was postponed, he was right back in the gym on a treadmill. So, is that testament to, his work ethic, that gets him prepared for the bright lights and a big show like this. And again, we appreciate, you having this on Matchroom and on Dazn. But George has done the work. He's put in the time, and he's worked his way up for this opportunity. It wasn't just given to him.
How do you feel that those breaks in preparation have affected George? He's had to stay tremendously focused over the period. This has been a crazy sequence of events from postponement to that didn't materialise.
It was in a way, but George is the type. He stays focused all the time. He's one that lives in the gym basically. So he had to go back to Australia, but we had a great coach in Australia that was able to work with him as well. Came back down for the rest of the camp, and we did our work to get ready.
Teofimo Senior, welcome. I'm disappointed I missed the action yesterday in the gym, but you've been outspoken. You believe in your fighter, you believe in your son, and you believe that he performs in style to retain his belts on Saturday night.
We've been here before. That's the thing that people don't understand. These guys overwork their asses because they know they're going to fight somebody dangerous in my son. That's the big mistake they make. I don't overtrain my son. I leave that in the ring, and he devastating knockout that I know, knockout of the year, and I'm saying it here, and I'm never wrong, So
Nostradamus.
So come November 27th, this boy's gonna be running, That's the only thing that's gonna save him for the first round, because he's gonna go right after him, just like Mason Menard, same thing, which is crazy because it was like Oklahoma was playing that day, right? When you knocked out Mason Menard, so we're here to put up a show. We're not gonna let down Madison Square Garden. We never have, and we never will. We're here to stay forever. Nobody can beat my son. Our style is untouchable. So I'm not even he's scared. He goes in there to have a good time. I mean, this is what he lives for. And when you go in with that confidence, ain't nobody on the planet could take you. And we don't have to worry about going up in weight, because we're carrying that punch. The other people have to. We already showed it at 135. I think it's time for us to move up. Let's see what happens, but we're here to stay.
Obviously, we saw yesterday, we know you're outspoken, but what was that? Was that frustration? Was that a show? Was that
Listen, I just walked. The man over there came and grabbed me.
Like a little chihuahua. Little chihuahua. You're a little chihuahua.
So I had my thing,
line.
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, these people forgotten.
Little chihuahua.
Be forgotten, bro.
Little chihuahua.
One day wonder. One day wonder,
You're a
baby.
very lucky man.
Nobody gonna know your name after this fight.
Man. You're a clown. You're the world's clown.
Bro?
The world
Listen,
is
I'm
laughing
not
at
talk
you.
no more, bro.
You are
I'm
a
not talk
clown.
no more. I can't wait for Saturday.
I can't wait. I've been waiting a long time. Since June 19th. Since June 19th,
man,
I've been
I know
waiting.
what my son is gonna do to you, man.
Okay, well,
I see it every day in the gym. I see it every day in the gym.
And you don't see what we do in the gym, but you do
All
say
right.
you do say certain
Well, you're gonna
things.
tap him to
I'll say it
death?
like this.
You gonna tap him to death?
I'll say it like this, man.
You got no pop, bro.
This is
gonna tap him to death?
You'll find out the
I'll say it like this. This is his biggest fight.
We'll fight you with
today.
one hand.
This is his biggest fight.
Yeah, like had one arm. That's right.
But I
think Lomachenko was running.
Listen, man,
one hand. You will not gonna
Why
see
you
that
think
man.
Loma was
I
running?
will fight that man straight after this.
I told you, there ain't no point, bro.
One man,
These are
one
suckers.
man.
These are fucking cockroaches.
You're the cockroach because you got rid of your whole team. You know what? They got rid of Joey Gamache, but they also got rid of the nutritionists. They're getting rid of everybody.
We keep it the way we do.
It's
I'll
just
say it
them.
like this. We keep it the way we do. Everybody, tune in Saturday night. I ain't playing no games here, man.
We're gonna
I've been
humble
here.
these guys,
and I'm
bro.
gonna say it like this.
Nah, it's
and when
fun
I
for you
humble
to
this
get humble.
fool,
Sending you
when
back
I
to
humble this fool,
Australia. You're gonna
yeah,
get
facts.
no,
All right,
you didn't do shit.
For
Hey,
you
you
to
know
get
what? I'll
humble,
say it
the
like
world
this,
wants
man.
to see you
This
get
should be a
humble.
great
You will
fight.
be humble.
Everybody
Lucky
tune
they
in,
grabbed my
man.
ass.
Hey, it's gonna be the
Lucky
week for
they grabbed my
Thanksgiving
ass.
weekend.
Laughing
Everybody's
at
gonna have a
ya.
great
Laughing
time.
at ya.
They can talk
They're
all this
laughing
shit.
at
You're gonna
ya.
suck my dick afterwards. For everybody, man, just
Listen.
enjoy.
Nah, I don't got that
He's
way,
right
man.
here. These right here, they stand. This here,
Lap them up.
right
Lap
here
them
with
up.
everybody, man.
Enjoy them for
Thank you again for all that y'all
Yes,
done for us.
asshole.
November
Yes,
27th,
yes.
Saturday night.
Because I didn't want it to get in
September
trouble, brother.
Undisputed
That's
Lightweight
why I
World
said that.
Champion. We
I
doing-
didn't want it to get suspended because you guys
You're
are
a very
looking to
lucky
get out of
man.
this
You're a very
fight.
lucky man.
You're looking to get out of this fight, man.
Very lucky.
And I ain't going to let that happen.
We have been
I'm
here
not
every
gonna let
single
that
day.
happen. Let
Every
your
day
boy
we have
and my
been
boy
here.
go in there and settle it. What line, bro? I wasn't even thinking about no line. What the hell you talking
Did
about,
everyone
bro?
see the video?
Last time I heard, bro, this is a free country. I can walk wherever the fuck I want to walk. Get the hell out of here, bro. You guys want to get out of the fight.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
TA's face on social media last night where it's gone wild, and he was looking and listening to his own.
First.
What a dick. That's what
Embarrassed.
You
Yeah,
should
man, you were
thank me.
embarrassed of
You
your,
should thank
you were
me.
embarrassed of your dad.
You should thank me that
Hold
happened.
on, chill.
You should thank me that happened.
Hey, I'll tell you like this, man. I don't know about your boy, but I stand for my father, and I think everybody know that. So, hey, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You
Chill,
heard?
bro.
All right?
Chill.
Because
What
when
are you
I
gonna
put your
do?
boy down,
Don't
I'ma
let it
you down.
happen, bro. Come
Nah,
on,
chill.
sit down.
No, it's cool. It's cool, man. This is my show. Remember that. This is my show.
It's
I
my
take
show.
over.
We're
Hey,
taking
Kurt,
over. It's
with all
game over.
respect,
We're
too.
taking
With
over.
all respect,
Our
too. You know what I'm
show.
saying? But this is our show. We the takeover. This is the zone takeover. This is Matchroom takeover. This MSG
He's going to tap his
takeover.
toe and go back to this fight, Eddie.
It's mine for the
Nice seller. He
remember.
ain't
Damn,
that
it's
seller.
eating.
He ain't
Fucking
that seller.
wait.
starving. And yo, y'all ain't ready for any of this,
Can't
man.
wait
I
for
work my
Saturday,
ass off, bro. I work my ass off.
know.
yo.
Oh, you did, bro.
I work my ass off.
Champ,
I ain't
please.
gonna
Yeah,
tell
sure.
homeboy. I'm just telling you straight up, bro. My eyes don't fucking lie.
See,
My eyes don't ever
they're
fucking lie.
trying to get
Your head off.
Fight,
I'll rip your head off, boy.
this,
Oh,
boy.
look at you,
My
you skinny
eyes-
little.
bro.
You ain't that
Hey,
135.
like this.
Fragile, fragile. There's a mud
I
belt. There's a mud belt.
can't wait to
All
go
my
ahead.
belts.
Oh,
All
God.
of them,
Go
my
ahead.
belts.
What you gotta
Yeah.
do at the end of
All
the day,
my
my baby,
belts.
can't
Yeah.
back home.
Everyone
Wait.
left ya. Your whole
Hey,
team left
and
ya.
fuck-
Everyone left you.
fuck you.
You know why?
You ain't
Because you
worth it, bro.
changed.
No.
Since these
You ain't
belts are
worth this
cursed.
shit.
These belts.
I'm responsible.
Yeah. These belts.
Dumbass fuck.
These
I'm
belts are
responsible.
your curse. These are your curse. They're
You
your
ain't
curse.
worth it,
Because
bro.
look at the
You ain't
people around
responsible.
you.
You ain't got shit
Look
that
at the
we
people
want.
around you.
Hey.
All gone. All
This
gone.
right
You know
here,
what?
man?
Congrats.
Y'all just-
Congrats
yeah, I
on the
know
little one.
everybody.
And be there Saturday
If
night.
anybody is betting for Kambosos to beat me, it's because y'all don't want to see me fight the likes of Tank, Haney, Garcia, Taylor, all these guys. Loma again, if you
He's
want.
fighting all of them.
Oh
Yeah,
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 Go ahead.
yeah, sure you are.
I'm gonna stay focused on what's at task today. I'm gonna stay focused on you.
We're the only ones doing it,
Yeah.
baby.
And after I
Nakatani,
cut
Nakatani,
after
I'm coming.
Loma.
Nakatani,
We gonna
got
better
the
you.
decision against
Get the hell
Nakatani.
out.
this fight,
Very lucky
hey,
against
after
that
this
decision.
fight, have no
Yeah.
handshake.
No,
I don't
there
want to me.
There ain't no
and tell me,
handshake.
hey man, it
Yeah.
was just
No,
business.
we're gonna
I
humble
don't
rematch.
roll with that
You're
shit.
gonna
Same way we
for a
humble
rematch.
Loma.
Nah, they ain't
Same way
against
we
you.
humble
They
Loma.
ain't
I'm
against
dead
you.
ass serious,
They're
though.
lying to
I
you.
don't fucking
They're
lie.
lying
You
to
ain't
you.
gonna shake your hand because
They're
you're gonna be in the
lying
hospital,
to
bro.
you. They're lying to
Fuck
you.
yeah. Hey, no, it's true. We're gonna put your ass in a fucking
no
stretcher.
problem. But be
Going in
prepared
a stretcher.
to land there yourself. Be
You
prepared to
fucking
land there yourself.
You just
Yeah.
fucked up yourself.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm
You're
telling
going to have a heart attack. You're
When
going
you
to have a
wake
heart
up on
attack. Look at
Sunday,
you.
bro, when you wake up on Sunday from the hospital, bro, you're gonna fucking regret what you're just doing right now.
And you know what? You're going to be in
I
the hospital
fear
too
for
because
your
you're going to have a
fucking
heart
life.
attack when your son gets put
I
to sleep.
fear for your life.
You're going to have a
This
heart
is no
attack.
joke.
You're going to have a cry.
This is a fucking
okay.
lying right
That's
here.
all right.
Fuck, lying.
I'm a fucking gorilla.
You're
For
a
war,
fucking
yeah.
gorilla.
I'm for war.
Shit. Stop.
Last time I checked, isn't Tank the gorilla?
What?
Right?
Who?
I'm
Tank?
the fucking lion.
I ain't
right?
bothered about Tank.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
coming
yeah,
for all
right?
the belts,
Fuck
boy.
out of here, man.
I'm coming for all the
Lion would
belts.
always-
Hey,
You just make the weight
I'm the king
and
of the
be
jungle.
there. You just make
A
the
lion
weight
would
and
take
be
a gorilla,
there.
you idiot.
Yeah, sure will. Squash ya. Just like my father squashed you yesterday, boy.
Okay, yeah, right.
Chihuahua.
Right, where's the video at? Where's the video at? Where's
You haven't seen the video?
at?
You haven't seen the video?
Where's the video at?
The whole world's talking
What, he
about
beat
it.
the shit out of
Oh,
me?
my
He beat
God.
My fucking shirt.
Man.
Idiot, I did the
You
same
are
shit
right.
to him.
Really?
I did the same shit to him.
Did you see that?
He got
Did you see that?
fucking grab me because I was
Did you
about
see
to
that?
stuff his fucking ass.
You
Yeah,
suck.
whatever the
Delusional,
fuck, bro.
man. It's
I felt bad for you, bro. I was pushing you back.
Hey,
bro.
I say
You
like
did
this
that
though. We
shit.
so delusional. We made it to the for pound list. We so delusional.
We're
The only
falling
one
off it
holding
this
this
weekend.
fucking belt. So delusional that I own this shit. All right. So delusional. So delusional.
And you'll be falling off this
so
week.
Don't even waste your fucking. Don't even waste your fucking.
I haven't moved, boy.
They're
I
not
haven't fought
worth
in a
it,
while,
bro.
man. I haven't fought in a while, but I just want.
They're
to
not worth
man.
it, bro.
No.
Let it go.
Everybody is worth it because they trying to take what we earned. You know what I'm saying? So at
We
the
are
end
here
of the
to
day,
take
of
it.
course,
We are going
hey,
to
we
take
could
it.
do this back and forth shit, but at the end of the day, man, I think everybody know who's gonna win.
It's just me and you in that ring. Me and you in that ring. And
But
I
as
can't
long
wait.
as I
I've
want
been
it.
waiting a long time. Long time.
Finally, guys, just before we have a
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I
before
can't
we
wait.
have a quick picture up here, George, final predictions for Saturday night.
Victory by any means. I'm taking all them belts back to Australia. Victory by any means.
You ain't
I have
taking
prepared.
nothing.
I feel like a
Taking
man
shit.
possessed while he's been in the bright lights, enjoying himself, smoking his little hookah, you know, enjoying with the drinks and the partying, loving the bright lights, going to every fight event like a groupie. I've been in the trenches. We are coming for war. Victory by any means.
Tia?
Hey, after Saturday night, you know, let's go to a hookah bar. Let's go smoke some hookah. Yeah, for sure, right? For sure, because I've been taking this fight so lightly. Fuck out of here. Hey, at the end of the day, man, thank you guys for everything. I look forward to putting on a show as long as I choose to do it, you know, as long as I want to, depending
in
on the
early,
fighter.
baby.
Tune in, man. Don't miss it. You know, check on the undercards. We have a lot of great talent on the undercards, man, and then the co-main event. And we got the main event, which is right here, the Teofimo Lopez, the takeover. For everybody, man, thank you again.
They ain't here forever.
Hopefully a knockout, what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, I stay focused on task, and that's just getting the job done. I put a lot of work into this. I've been working on perfecting my craft. I went from orthodox to southpaw. I went from southpaw to orthodox. I mean, everything is going the way it needs to. I've only gotten better. Every competition, every time I fight the best fighters, I become great because that's what it's about, change. I'll give kudos to Kambosos for fighting his way to become my mandatory. Other than I respect you and fuck you.
Problem. I ain't looking for your respect.
Guys,
I won't
just
in
gonna
the
have a
ring. I'll
photo
take
up
your
here,
belt.
please.
Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos. They've been circling for almost a year. They faced off for the first time. You can feel the tension in the room. It's finally happening. Saturday night, November 27th, live from Madison Square Garden. You don't want to miss this one. And before that, the weigh-in on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to Eddie Hearn. Thank you to all the fighters. Thank you, Dempsey McKean. Thanks to the Matchroom team. I am Karan Bhatia signing off. Thank you for being with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome.